Hey everyone, it's Dave, and today I'm making a prop with Conrad 9000's guidance for a movie that doesn't even exist yet.
Oh, I'm really excited about this one, Dave. I'm really glad that you are finally listening to me on what to build because, believe me, this is going to change your life. Now, we're going to start with you taking one of my ancestors.
Yeah, you mean a Game Boy.
We're going to dissect it. Don't worry about the whole, taking my ancestor apart and everything. It's fine. This is what they were made for. So, this is going to be a time travel device.
So basically the main body of this prop is a Game Boy Color, and I'm going to be cutting up a bunch of styrene and adding some scientific looking greeblies to try and recreate a prop from a movie that Conrad supposedly saw in the future.
Okay, you're gonna need to sand it down, otherwise it's not gonna work. So just make sure you get something kind of rough, and then just pour some water on it. That really helps. With the roughness of it, you gotta make sure it's plenty hydrated.
This is actually alcohol to just clean off the sanding dust, but that's okay. I told you you'd get to run this show because it's your project.
Go ahead and take the knife and just kind of make a pattern like that. Yeah, it's what the ancient people would call a rune.
I have absolutely no idea what I'm making here, besides the general idea of what it's supposed to look like. And I'm using one of my favorite materials, which is 1/16 inch styrene, to add in a lot of these raised details. It cuts really easy with a knife, and it's very simple to glue together with Weld-On 3.
Just go ahead and just scrape it a little bit just to make it nice and smooth. Yep, glue that. That's going to be good.
Styrene bends pretty easy on its own, but you can apply heat if it's not doing what you want. I hold most of these pieces in place with masking tape if I'm moving on to smaller pieces in the general area.
You're basically going to be making a tiny piano for a mouse.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of look like a piano.
You just gotta keep getting it smooth, Dave. Smooth like butter. Okay, you're gonna punch out a little hole for the power button. Now, I know the power button is usually on the top. It's not gonna work there. It never did, so it has to be changed.
Sounds an awful lot like you don't even know what we're making. What movie did you say this is from? And what's it even about?
So, it's originally from the movie Ukulele Olympus, and it's about this guru, and he really wants to meet the originator of the ukulele, and so he designs his own time travel device using an old Game Boy and little pieces of hardware from the hardware store, and it works. And then he goes back in time, and it turns out that it was just him. Yeah, it was him. He went back in time to meet this person, and then it turns out was that he went back in time and created a paradox where it was just him continuously going back in time to meet himself.
Now, you're probably wondering why I'm using a pair of pliers to break apart some plastic, and maybe thinking, Dave, why aren't you using a rotary tool or something? And there's a real good answer for that.
In the circuits of the hard drive. From here.
Yeah, it burned up and died, but luckily I went and got another one anyway. Once this was primed white, it took an awful lot of coats of all the various colors in order to cover.
It doesn't really matter what, but let's go with a sky blue. I don't think there's anybody who doesn't like a sky blue. It's very calming.
This blue wound up taking a lot of coats just to cover, and I probably won't wind up using this white primer in the future again. But the body of this is supposed to be white, as Conrad described, so it will look very clean, futuristic.
Ooh, hot glue, hot glue. You really need to showcase all those little dots. You need to give them a little bit of paint there. Because what's the point of having all those little lines if you can't see them?
What my friend here is failing to describe is that I'm adding a worn metal look using some silver to the top of this heatsink, and I also thinned down some brown and black paints for weathering for this time travel prop.
You're gonna go ahead and solder in this new battery pack because you destroyed the old one, and then you're gonna put it together.
Yeah, I went through about 3 of these battery packs before I found a AAA holder that would work. Since I only needed 3 volts to run these blue LEDs, I had to put a jumper wire inside one of the battery slots.
Now this tube is very important. I assume that you don't know because you haven't mastered time travel yet, but time will not flow through your device without a tube. It needs a tube to flow correctly, so this tube is very important.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, this tube I made from a dollar store flashlight that I cut up with my new Dremel to match the curvature of the Game Boy body. And then I use an RC car wheel that I found to cap off the top of it. Once that was in place, I made an antenna out of some 1/4-inch drip tube. And then I continued adding various greeblies that I could find, until it looked relatively complete.
Now, it's not necessary for your time travel device to have a black wash on it, but it won't look cool without it. Alright, Dave, the time has come. Press the button.
I hated every bit of that.
Oh, I'm over here now, Dave. I bet you're wondering how I got over here without any legs. Well, I will let you deduce that one all on your own. Welcome to your studio, 1,000,000 seconds in the future.
1,000,000 seconds, that's like 60 in a minute.
It's 12 days, Dave. It's just 12 days. That's it. Oh yeah, you like what I did with the place? Yeah, it wasn't really working for me before, so I put this up over there, and I put this thingy here, and I got rid of those things and put them where you can't see them. They were kind of hurting my eye. Don't worry about Dave, everyone. He's gonna be A-okay. It's just his first time traveling. He's probably gonna spend the next couple hours puking up in his bathroom and banging his head against the wall, but that's just, time travel sickness. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, and click that little bell button right there, please. The future is bells. The future is bells. The future is all bells. There's nothing but bells in the future.